Some of President Donald Trump's supporters are feeling a sense of betrayal. From policy decisions to economic impact, let's uncover the reason behind this shift in sentiment.
President Trump.
Donald Trump, if you can hear us.
If you see this, please save
Donald
us.
Trump, please save me. Please save me, Donald
This
Trump.
is America. This is our land.
Please. I'm asking you.
Y'all about to have a
save me.
panic attack.
Please save me, please.
This is our country. Our country.
In God's name, please
This is
stop this.
awful. God, please save us. Please.
It will end the devastating inflation crisis immediately, bring down interest rates, and lower the cost of energy.
We're going to bring those prices way down.
A vote for Trump means your groceries will be cheaper. Groceries, cars, everything. We're going to get the prices down. Starting on day one, we will end inflation and make America affordable again.
Woo! No. We are seeing some results, some outputs, just not the ones he promised.
I don't think enough people are talking about how mind-blowing the find out portion of the fuck around and find out era is for conservatives. Because what are they finding out? First, the welfare queen that they railed against for decades looks more like them than it does me. Second, red states would go bankrupt if it wasn't for the federal government and the generosity of larger democratic states. The third thing is by far my favorite and giving me just so much life in the last few weeks. The glue that holds MAGA together is that they all effectively hate the same people. Black people, brown people, gay people, immigrants, women. They effectively said, oh, you hate them? Me too. Let's form a club. And then they're surprised that the Nazis snuck in. That's their brand. What they're finding out now is that the people they put in charge don't see a difference between all these marginalized people and their own voters. They spent all this time railing against leeches on the system just to find out they think you're a leech too. What are the farmers around the country finding out this week? Elon Musk believes that supporting your farm and your family is wasteful spending. What about the people in Alabama? They're finding out the biggest employer in the state is going to have to lift itself up by its bootstraps. What they're really finding out is that the boots they've been licking are going to be stepping on their necks next.
Ladies and gentlemen, step right up. We've got a front row seat to the greatest show on earth, MAGA edition.
I'm going to tell you all right now, they do not give a damn about the cost of eggs. They do not give a damn about making your mortgage payment lower. They don't care about making your prescriptions more affordable. As a matter of fact, one of the first things that Donald Trump did was revoke the Biden executive order that lowered prescription drug prices.
It seems the Make America Great Again crowd is starting to realize their God-sent savior might have been more of a limited time offer than the eternal deal they signed up for.
I'm trying not to laugh. I really am trying not to laugh, but the find out is in full freaking effect. It's in effect.
As the truth paints its masterpiece in colors far less golden than they imagined, we're about to witness an emotional breakdown of epic proportions. Think Titanic levels of sinking, but with more red hats and fewer icebergs. Though, let's be honest, the ship has been hitting metaphorical icebergs for a while now. So, grab your popcorn, folks. Whether it's denial, anger, or that awkward stage of bargaining where they try to convince themselves it's all part of the plan, this is one political drama serving up more twists than a Netflix original. And hey, maybe, just maybe, this'll be the moment some folks finally ask for a receipt on that whole savior thing. After all, even the best marketing campaigns have a return policy.
So can one of you oxygen-thieving maggots, who are slower than a nudist trying to get through a fucking barbed wire fence, explain to me exactly when day one is? Because I've been waiting for day one for 3 goddamn weeks. Because as I recall, egg prices and gas prices were supposed to be bottomed out on day fucking one. They're higher now than they were under Biden. The ochre orangutan tweeted about how Biden inflation was up. No, see, Donnie boy, that's not how this works anymore. You don't get to just pawn shit off on who's in charge because you're in charge now. Of every executive order that this flaming wit has made, there is nary a one that benefits the middle class of America. But don't worry, the Republicans that call themselves the party of fiscal responsibility have revealed that the tax plan they want to implement will only cost the U.S. $4.5 trillion that they plan to pay for by raising the debt ceiling $4 trillion. More like the party of fiscal fucking hypocrisy. So for you wits who are dead from the neck up that believe the guy who lied 34,000 times his first term. I've got some bad news for you. Those day one promises are never going to happen.
When I win, I will immediately bring prices down starting on day one. Starting on day one. 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 Day one.
My first day in office.
Prices will come down and come down dramatically and come down fast.
Can you guarantee American families won't pay more?
I can't guarantee anything. I can't guarantee anything. I can't guarantee anything.
Folks, let's take a moment to imagine what the MAGA crowd is going through right now. It's like they bought tickets to a blockbuster movie called Make America Great Again, only to find out halfway through that the director keeps rewriting the script, and not in a good way. Trump, the man who once had them chanting, cheering, and buying enough red hats to start a merch empire, is now saying things that make even his most loyal fans go, "Wait, what? That's not what I signed up for."
Oh my God. Oh my God.
It's like ordering a steak and getting a tofu burger instead. Except the tofu burger also tweets inflammatory things at 3 a.m. The cognitive whiplash is so intense that some MAGA enthusiasts are quietly tucking away their pride items like they're hiding evidence from a true crime documentary. Red hats, stashed in the attic, bumper stickers, scraped off under cover of darkness, flags. Let's just say they're taking a break from the front porch.
My Trumpy neighbor has just taken down her signs. You don't know what that means to me. It's getting real.
It's a fascinating moment of reckoning, really. Will they double down and convince themselves this is all part of the plan? Or will they finally admit they've been sold a bill of goods that's about as reliable as a knockoff Rolex? Either way, grab your popcorn, folks. The MAGA meltdown is in full swing, and it's serving up more drama than a reality TV reunion.
Everybody that's left-handed, give me $6. We're gonna go ahead and take everybody's right shoe. If you drive a Nissan, we're going to kill you. We're going to close most of the lanes on the highways. Take the tires. We're gonna take the tires on all of the cars. We're going to put the tires into the ocean. If you use pronouns in a sentence, we're gonna put you in the ocean. I'm gonna yell at Canada. We're going to abolish weekends. No more weekends.
Take a listen to this, because these are really good points and really important questions.
I'm a federal worker, and I feel like a canary in the coal mine right now, because what they're doing to us is going to happen to the entire American public. And it's not just about our jobs and our union contracts. That's all going to get worse for everybody too, but it's also just about the basic services. They're coming after public education and all the money that gets distributed to the cities and states to support our kids in school. Talking about coming after the funding to support public defenders so that people's constitutional right to a lawyer is supported. They're going to come after our public hospitals. Everything public is under attack. The entire public sphere is under attack by a handful of billionaires behind Donald Trump. Elon Musk claims he's doing this in the name of democracy. I heard you, Elon, at the Oval Office claiming that this is the expression of the democratic will of the people. This is all about transparency, what you're doing with Doge. But are you really doing it for democracy? Are you really doing it for the American people? Or are you doing it for yourself and all the companies that you have business with and all the companies that you have being investigated for various regulatory violations? Are you trying to do this for the American people, or are you trying to do this for your own gain? I get the feeling you didn't become the richest person in the world by looking out for others.
Don't you think you deserve an accounting of what Doge is doing with our money, with our data, and potentially for themselves? Just asking questions.
Make America great again is a bad thing? You took my tip away. I didn't mean to disrespect you. It's my livelihood. This is how I make my money. I think it's super disrespectful for you to treat me that way.
We voted for Trump because he promised while he was campaigning like a million times that when he got into office, he was going to bring down prices, bring down grocery prices. The inflation has been high ever since COVID, and he promised he would bring that down, but it's obvious to me now that that was not true.
A county that overwhelmingly supported Donald Trump is about to lose its largest employer directly because of Donald Trump's policies. Now, this is Greene County, Tennessee, which is home of Artisan and who is the only supplier of penny blanks to the U.S. Mint. And because of Donald Trump's policy to eliminate the penny, they are on the verge of going out of business, which means everybody there will lose their job. Now, there's a trickle-down effect because the people that work there make the money to keep the other businesses in the county in operation. Now, they're begging Donald Trump, please, to reconsider this decision to eliminate the penny, but Donald Trump isn't listening.
Some folks who aren't feeling Trump's optimism right now are American farmers, and they are stuck in the middle of all of this.
Frank, who did you vote for president?
Mr. Trump.
Right?
Trump. Mr. Trump.
If the election were today, Frank, would you vote for Donald Trump?
No way. Couldn't happen. No.
This is the ultimate FAFO moment for Trump's most loyal supporters, and let's just say they are very much finding out.
You voted for President Trump. So now, in this moment, you say you're in a free fall. What is your message to him?
So I'm off the Trump train. Where I'm going for now is I got to protect my business.
A wheat farmer who says he's lost $400,000 since Trump took office.
I think there was a lot of people who voted for him that want to stay loyal to him, but it's going to get to the point where financially, if it's between supporting the president or losing your family farm.
At this point, some Trump voters are starting to feel like that character in a disaster movie who just realized they've been running with the wrong crowd. Right before everything goes up in flames, they rallied behind the promise to make America great again, convinced it meant prosperity for everyday Americans. The farmers, small business owners, and working-class families just trying to get by. But as the dust settles, one thing is painfully clear. The benefits aren't meant for them. The real winners? The ultra-wealthy corporate giants and opportunists like Elon Musk, who see a golden opportunity to cash in while the working class gets stuck holding the bill.
Look at that most recent press conference in the Oval Office. Who was talking? Elon. Elon was running his mouth while his kid picked his nose beside the impotent commander-in-chief. And that is not good. That's not good for any one of us. America is being played by the world's richest man. Let's be clear. There's not a voter in America that doesn't want to get rid of waste, fraud, and abuse in government. There's not a Democrat or Republican or independent out there that's just like, yeah, let's let the government waste all of our tax dollars because who cares? Everybody wants the government to be responsible with our money. But what Elon is doing with our agencies and departments has nothing to do with our money and everything to do with his money. If we really wanted to save money, the very first agency the newly minted Department of Government Efficiency should have audited would have been the Department of Defense, since it's the second largest category of government spending, and the Pentagon has failed its annual audit 7 years in a row. In fact, it hasn't passed an audit since the Department of Defense became required to have audits because they couldn't fully account for where their money was going. But did DOGE start there? No. DOGE started with USAID and the Consumer Financial Protection Board, and they're all up in Treasury and Transportation, and the EPA. They started with the agencies and departments that are specifically connected to Elon's personal wealth. Not yours. His.
Now, the consequences are hitting hard, and there's no ignoring them. Farmers, once promised a bright future, are drowning in debt, with many facing bankruptcy. The tariffs aren't revitalizing American agriculture. They are crippling it. Trump's so-called easy trade war with China, marketed as a bold move to protect America's economy, is instead gutting the very industries his base relies on. Turns out, winning is only for the people already at the top.
So please stop thinking what Elon's doing has anything to do with you. Elon is not working for America. Elon is working for Elon. And if that means he has to do the bidding of China or Russia or Saudi Arabia, it doesn't matter. Elon's making sure that Elon is the world's first trillionaire, the untouchable king of the world. So Donald Trump may have made promises to MAGA and the American people, but Elon is just rolling him to take care of himself.
And once again, we find people that supported Donald Trump that are feeling the effects of his policies, that are starting to feel the hurt, and I could not be happier for them. This is what they deserve. We're all going to be in the find out phase, but it does put a little bit of a smile on my face that the people who were warned, the people who should have been able to see who he was, are feeling it first.
Because between Elon's four main companies, Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and X, Elon is under multiple investigations. He's in active lawsuits. He has multiple violations and fines levied on him, including OSHA violations and oversight violations and union violations, and court orders from multiple departments he and his boy wonders are now actively hacking. Use logic. Do you think that's for your benefit? So the American people can save money? No, that is for him, so he doesn't lose money. It was a USAID Inspector General who was investigating Starlink's potentially illegal behavior in Russia and Ukraine, just like it was the head of the FAA who was looking into what caused Elon's recent rocket explosion that severely impacted the flight routes of American commercial aircrafts. The National Labor Relations Board has been all over Elon because he treats his employees like shit. He claims to be this great environmental protector, but he is actively helping to shut down the Environmental Protection Agency so they can stop watching what he's doing. None of this is about the American people.
Imagine buying a ticket to see your favorite band, only for them to rob you blind and punch you in the face on stage. That's Trump's America, for his own supporters. MAGA voters were promised economic greatness. Instead, they're watching grocery bills skyrocket, wages stagnate, and rent climb faster than Trump's legal fees. Turns out, massive tax cuts for billionaires don't trickle down. They just sit there in offshore accounts. Meanwhile, regular folks are stuck paying more in taxes while the ultra-rich laugh their way to the Cayman Islands. And let's not forget the inflation boogeyman, a crisis made worse by reckless policies that have thrown markets into chaos. Many Trump voters genuinely believed he was fighting for them. But now, the truth is unavoidable. He was always fighting for himself, his money, his ego, his businesses, his cronies.
So of all the F around and find out videos that have been going around, the one that shocks me the most is that one woman who is saying she's so upset with Donald Trump and Elon Musk and Republicans, and that's it. She's come to the conclusion and she's telling all of us there's no difference between left and right and we all need to band together. And now you guys got what you wanted and you have to suffer the consequences too. We are going to be suffering so much more over the next 4 years and maybe even beyond. And as far as I'm concerned, I will stay on my side where people are humane, where we care about all humans, regardless of their race, where we see everyone as equal. I'm going to stay on that side because you don't believe those things. You just don't want to get hurt anymore by what you voted for. There's the difference between the two. And when we're struggling, we have to come together to support each other through this. And I'll be supporting the people who did not vote for this. So don't ask for us to team together. Don't. Because tomorrow, if Trump were to flip a switch and all of a sudden just MAGA wasn't going to be affected anymore, like you thought it was going to be, you're going to bail anyway. Don't ask us to team up.
One significant factor contributing to this sense of betrayal is the administration's approach to federal spending, particularly concerning social security. Efforts to reduce federal spending have raised alarms among beneficiaries, leading to fears about decreased access to essential services. These concerns have left many feeling deceived as they perceive a threat to the safety net they rely on. Another group feeling the illusions comprises veterans who have been affected by mass firing within the federal workforce. Veterans, who make up a significant portion of federal employees, are facing job losses due to these cuts. The administration's actions have led to feelings of abandonment among those who once felt assured of their job security. President Trump's decision to issue sweeping pardons for individuals involved in the January 6th Capitol attack has also been a point of contention. While some supporters agree with the pardons, others struggle to reconcile this move, especially when it involves individuals who committed violent acts. These decisions have led to a divide among supporters, with some feeling that accountability has been compromised. In key swing states, some voters who supported President Donald Trump in the recent elections are now experiencing buyer remorse. They express concerns over policy shifts that they feel do not align with their expectations. The feelings of betrayal among some of President Donald Trump's supporters stem from a combination of economic policies, job security concerns, controversial pardons, and unmet expectations. As the political landscape continues to evolve, it is crucial to understand and address this sentiment to bridge the growing divide. And there you have it, guys. Until next time, cheers and have a good one.